Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Adrienne Keyser and I'm your over 50s fashion diva. Here on my channel we talk about fashion of course, but also beauty, lifestyle, travel, and anything trending in social media on any of those topics. So if you want to stay relevant over 50, you've come to the right place. Good evening everyone. Thank you all so much for joining on a Saturday night for us to get through part 2 of our Paris Fashion Week runway, but Paris Fashion Week Spring Summer 2026 runway collections. We have an amazing lineup of designers we're going to be covering tonight. I'm not going to be talking too long. I'm going to try to get this to under 3 minutes. Tonight I've got, as you know, I did my hair on I believe it was last Thursday, and then this past Thursday I did a freshen up on the hair, and so tonight it's time to take the braids out so that I can wash it tomorrow. So I have that to do. Also, I am just going to be cleaning my face with my micellar water because I feel like I just put my daytime skincare on a few minutes ago. That's how it feels anyway. So I am just going to do that and do my nighttime skincare routine. For my snack tonight, I have this bowl of popcorn was full. I've been munching on it since I popped it about 10 minutes ago, and it's just really, really good and tasty. I do have my cocktail ready for tonight as well. I want to have my glass of ice ready for my cocktail. So I will also say right off the top that we are going to be doing the Paris fashion collections, and I decided I'm going to start doing a disclaimer at the top of the videos to let you guys know that these are in these the runway collections are inspiration for you all to see what's going to be trending for next season. This isn't one of those overconsumption situations where you need to go out and buy everything that you see on the runway. That's not what I'm promoting here. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to say that it's not one of those overconsumption situations where again you have to run out and buy everything. It is inspiration for you to see what's in your what's trending, what's in your closet, what you can store away, all the things. So yes, please go ahead and ask your question, and then I'm going to start sharing my screen so you can see what collections we're going to cover tonight. Okay, so while we're waiting on the question, I just wanted to say yes, my lives are always self-care night. So we do a little self-care as we watch the fashion. So I've got my snacks, I've got my skincare, I'm going to do my hair. So let's go ahead and read down the list of collections that we're going to cover tonight so that we can go ahead and get started because there are so many collections that we have to cover between tonight and tomorrow night. So let's go ahead. I'll say that's another thing because health and care or something or yoga says I could need something um a live stream about health and care or something or yoga or exercises. um I have lots of videos on my channel of live yoga sessions. You're welcome to go check those out. I also just put out a blog on my website all about because October is menopause care. So, and is it National Mammography Day and also World Menopause Day are coming up on the 17th and 18th of October. So I definitely have things on my website if you're interested in menopause tips. I definitely have some of those. I definitely have some yoga sessions on my page, on my channel. So you can definitely check them out here on YouTube. Thanks so much. You want me to do a live? I used to do live yoga sessions, but I wasn't getting a lot of people joining, so I kind of stopped doing those. I think I tried to do it again for yoga month. I can't remember if that was May or something like that, but I will definitely, if people are interested, I can put a comment on my community tab, put a poll up to see if people are interested in seeing live yoga sessions again. I'd be definitely interested in doing that. I do love doing my yoga sessions. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, I'm going to go ahead and read off the list. Um, So we're going to cover tonight the Dries Van Noten Show, Isabel Marant, Victoria Beckham, the Givenchy Show. The Loewe Show is the one I'm most excited about because that is the one where the Parenza School of Boys are doing their first collection. I'm so excited about that. We're going to cover the Hermes Show, Elisab. We also have Yoji Yamamoto, the Chloe Show, Valentino, Lacoste, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Zuhair Marat, Chanel, Ongaro, Miu Miu, and Pierre Cardin, and others. So that's just the lineup. Let's see how many we actually get through. As you can see, some are live streams. We're going to look at a little of the arrivals behind the scenes as people are arriving to the shows. So we might see a couple of minutes of those, and then we're just going to skip past anything that I'm sorry, skip past anything that is too lengthy and just get right into the show. So we are going to go ahead and start off with the Dries Van Noten Show. Tobias, I'm sorry. Um, I'll have to look into that, Tobias, because I apologize. He's asking if I can do some yoga at the end, but these lives are so long. I don't know that we'll get to it, but we'll see. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get started with the Dries Van Noten Show. And make sure we've got the volume all the way up. We do. And make sure we've got full bit. Okay. Make sure we are on 4K when available. Full screen. Okay. It'll be great to see if they carry forward any of the trends that we've been seeing so far. We've seen lots of ruffles. I love this in this leather. It's almost like t-shirt cotton material. We have seen lots of ruffles, lots of fringe, very little denim, as we discussed the other night, or all week, all month, actually. Pretty. I've seen lots of peplums. That has been a big trend. We've seen a lot this month. Beautiful. I love The accessory for styling. They're precious. Cereal. That's like so unique. Oh my goodness! Look at this piece. Whoa, beautiful. This is so beautiful. The way they did that fabric is incredible with the pink and green. It almost makes it look like it's moving. Whoa. And taffeta. Wow. This is so beautiful. I mean, every piece. I mean, it's just the level of detail and care, the thought into every piece. Really, really beautiful. The color palette, different. I was gonna say the only color we're not getting is greens, but then here comes the seafoam color. Beautiful. And like the amount of patterns also you would think would be too many patterns in one collection, but it all works. I mean, you've got polka dots, you've got stripes, you've got amazing. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, just look at the detail right there. The color on the button. This is beautiful. But the comment, let me know what you think of the collection so far. I mean, look at it. Look at it. I have thousands of them. It's so good. It's so good. Even like how it's the perfect backdrop for a collection with so much going on that has it so minimal and basic for the venue, for the backdrop, for the staging. Oh my gosh, the videos I'm just obsessed. so hard when we bring together and that back and forth. I said I was looking for her. That was pretty much the only color it had covered. Um, take a look at it and see a lot of this. See a lot of fur, a lot of furry furs, a lot of real fur, fur. Is giving us great summer pieces. Now, this is a tough one. How can you take this collection and do it at an affordable price point? That would be tough. To be able to find something similar, or make something, like the fabric information on pieces. It's hard to find the exact fabric, but something similar that you can create for yourself. This is a tough one to try to recreate for a lower price than even the jewelry is so special. Oh, look at the shoe. I can't with the shoe. It's a very similar effect. Unbelievable. Making it amazing about this. A lot of embellishments are also big. Big jewelry, big, like this. Oh, spectacular. Spectacular. Always gets a great collection. Always love the Drees collection. They're always so fantastically fantasy, Such an artist. That church is something. I guess okay. Okay, let's fast forward. Make sure you drop some comments if you have any more questions or anything else. Let's see how far into this we have to go before we get some show. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's a relatively long show. Is it men and women's wear? Yeah. For a 16-minute show, that's rather long. So Isabel Marol, absolutely love her, adore her. It's such a talent. Now, she also has had a new partner / creative director of her with her line. And Isabel has always done really long shows. She cranks out a lot of pieces every season. And so I think that with her partner, now it's going to be sort of like even more so because you've got two minds now collaborating together to create a collection, And yes, this is very Isabel. This is like she is the Parisian version of Sheila Johnson. their styles are very similar, but Isabel has always given that illusion edge to it, so it has like this sort of relaxed style, very it girl, but it almost has like a Western edge to it, like a Western vibe to it. It's always been that way. It's like Eula Johnson, where they have sort of this prairie style, where they do a lot of like, desert sand, lots of really relaxed fabrics, very cool, very edgy, and very cohesive. That's what sets those two designers apart. Isabel really is giving you what she sees the girls in Paris wearing, and what they're going to want to wear next season. Now, they don't always do menswear, which is, why I said, oh, this must be the men's and women's wear collection, because it's such a long show. So they are incorporating a few menswear pieces, or maybe a lot of menswear pieces, some menswear pieces. This is like so Isabel Marmont. She loves a good cargo, loves a good khaki pant, loves a good safari feel, that vibe, that edge. Very cool. And like Eula Johnson, they don't always stick with the trends. We have seen a few ruffles here and there, but for the most part, we have seen some knits, macrames. That has also been kind of a big trend, but that we've so far this fashion month. But this feels very her own. I'm gonna do what I want vibe. Like, I'm not gonna do what everyone else is doing. I'm gonna do my own thing. And let me just say that these pieces are going to sell like a hotcake. So she is doing like a little bit of the ruffle, a little tiny peplum, or just really more of an edge. That was really more of an edge, not really a peplum stuff. But we have seen a lot of crochets, knits, wide knits. Very edgy, very cool. Very successful collection. I mean, I don't see any missteps here. Nothing feels too, we've seen that before. A lot of things will look very fresh, feel very fresh. This is a damn sellable collection, I'll tell you that. Great transition pieces, great summer pieces, great accessories, great jewelry. We are seeing a little bit of that gathered at the ankle silhouette. Let me know, drop the comments. you have any questions about any of these trends I'm talking about, I can go in depth. But this is just my observation over the so many shows we've covered thus far for Fashion Month, and yeah, I mean this just fits seamlessly, and like I said, I can see so many pieces selling, and a lot of pieces that you can see yourself recreating for a lower price. You know what I mean? Some of these pieces are very, not to been there, done that, but you can find pieces that are very similar. You can find an oversized laser cut top, you know, that you can pair with a jean or do something a little bit different with it. You can find like a really cool tapered leg, sort of sweat material. And you know what I'm saying? Like finding little ideas in here. Anybody can find a great Henley, you know, great short shorts. I actually have a pair of eyelet lace short shorts that I can pull out. I can see like looking at these, taking the inspiration, and maybe find a new top that, you know, at a lower price point that would match those shorts that I can see now is going to be trending still in 2026. I can take the inspiration here, make it my own. That was really bad explanation, but I think you get the point. There are a lot of pieces in here that you can recreate for a lower price. That's all. A sequin top with a, you know, really cool pair of pants and like a blazer over it. You know, they're giving you the idea. You probably already have slots of ankle boots in your collection. You may even have these really cool knitted tank tops. But let me just say that if you have a budget, I'm highly recommending. Let me go ahead and start on my hair. Otherwise, I was just so hungry. I mean, beautiful. Look at it. I mean, it's so beautifully done. And I think that she brought in, and I don't quote me. I've talked about looking more into the new creative directors. They've changed so often; it's hard to keep track. But when Isabel started having this other partner create with her, I think sometimes a lot of designers do that when they know that their target customer is the young girl, but they're kind of out of that stage of life, so they bring in, you know, a younger talent to kind of keep them in the path of, you know, what the younger customer wants, you know. So I think sometimes there's a little bit of that. Successful collection. I mean, I don't think there was a single misstep. We are seeing, you know, I was saying a couple of nights ago that, you know, sequins at any time, day or night, is no longer a trend. It's a mainstay now. And the same thing with sheer. Having sheer in the winter, spring, summer, fall, it's no longer a trend. That is here to stay. So just know that. Very successful collection. We didn't get a lot of color, which we have seen a lot of color this season. That Driesman note shows a really good indicator of the colorful vibe that we're going to see next year. But this one was, again, Isabel does her own thing. Everyone's going to color. She's going to do no color. She's going to give you lots of neutrals, lots of desert inspired vibes. Love that. Very cool collection. I have nothing negative to say. And the venue also very cool. I do like to talk about the venue because it does. Not only does it add to the look of the collection, it also is included in the price tag. As we discussed, I think that was Thursday night. I like to let people know that when brands charge these outrageous prices for these items, you have to look at where they're showing the collection and how much that costs of every model on the runway, all the hair and makeup so that they have their own, on set. I on set all the magazines, the advertising, all that marketing, even the music that they choose for the runway show. That all is included in the price of these collections. Why? So they can continue to show these incredible collections. If they were only charging you what it costs them to make the garments, they wouldn't have these incredible runway shows. Just saying. I think people don't think about that when they're going to buy these brands, and they're so is this her partner? Is she totally out now? Is she in the house over completely now? Yes. I'm not mad. I thought she did a great job. And yeah, that is the younger lady. Is that, there's the kid. Very successful collection. And yeah, I guess it's official. I think it was last season that was coming out at the end. Clean my hands off almost. Very successful collection. No negatives. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think. On to the next show. I think that this was a stream. This next collection. We shall see. Let's go and check out how I look. I'm probably looking crazy. Oh, come on. The Victoria Beckham show, which is a live stream. Again, look at the venues that they're showing these things in, you guys. If you don't think that that's not included in the price tag when you go to buy it, you're crazy. um, what I will say about Victoria is she does like these sort of hallway, subway vibes for her shows. She likes that vibe, and she who knows, she could be showing in the same place every single season, but she does like that sort of, strutting down the hallway in your office or wherever you may be. She loves this hallway vibe for her runway shows. That's just her aesthetic, and I love it. I love it. Because for one thing, that means that everyone gets a front row seat. No one is like fighting for a front row seat. That's one great thing about it. But it also just allows you to see the clothes in such a spectacular way. All right. Now you guys see why I don't do these live. We could have been waiting, what? Damn near an hour before the show even started. And they didn't even show, like, really arrivals. Another thing about Victoria is she reminds me a lot of Stella McCartney, and not to say that their aesthetics are anything at all similar. It's just that they design for themselves, if that makes sense. Like, yes, they consider their customer, but their customer all pretty much dresses like they dress. And that's what I love about Victoria's collections is you can feel her in the pieces. Now, I will say that I have wrestled with a few of Victoria's collections. The same thing with Stella, I would say. Like, there are times when I'm like, that just hit, you know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because so far I'm not like bowled over by anything I've seen coming down the runway. It's definitely a fresh aesthetic. It's definitely a fresh take. So I can't be mad at it. It's just not my vibe. I can't see how I would break these types of pieces into my wardrobe. But, there are going to be a ton of women out there that are going to love it and think it's the best thing ever. It's just not my vibe. I'm not loving this collection. And as you see, if you've watched any of my other lives, I don't always love every collection that I cover. It's a unique take. Getting some ruffle here. She's giving a vibe. I mean, it's just not my vibe. I do like that it's something fresh and it's something unique. I mean, not to say that you've seen dresses that have a rip at the hem and all those types of things, but I still think that between the fabrication and the styling, that it's very successful in being something new. I will say that. And I am kind of digging the way she's doing like these kind of rain jackets. Those are cute. Those are cute. Everyone loves a knit dress. I don't know. Knit dresses though are tough depending upon how they are made, but they can start to grow on you. Like as you wear it, if it's a mini, it can start creeping longer and longer. So now I'm sure that you're going to be able to, if this is your vibe, find something very similar to this. She's doing the nightgown style. We've seen a lot of that this fashion month for sure. Nightgown as outerwear vibe. Okay, that's a tough silhouette to pull off, that neckline on the inside. Yeah, I mean, they're just hard. Are they sellable? I don't know if the stores are going to love to find up a lot of these pieces. But who cares? Stores that like she needs any major retailers to sell her stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know how many of the major retailers are interested in a lot of these pieces. They are really tough. They look tough to sell to a large customer, to a large variety of customers. The silhouettes are tough. I mean, everyone's doing the big shoulder pad 80s style jackets with lapel, without lapel. So that is something she's giving us. But I mean, that's tough. I mean, come on, that's tough to have one larger breast than the other. That's a tough design to pull off. I mean, that's a tough design right there. But like I said, there's probably a ton of women out there that thinks that this is the cat's pajamas, the bikini, the goat of fashion right here, So and I said the same thing about Stella. She doesn't always, and there's actually quite a few designers, they don't always do things that are my vibe, and they don't have to be my vibe, This is just sort of a way for you to see the collection. Whether you love them or hate them, here they are. I don't know what more I can say about it than that. I'm keeping my eye on comments, so if you have any comments, drop them. Let me know what you think of the collection. Is this your vibe? Is this something that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until this is created? I'm vibing. I just think that a lot of the silhouettes were tough to pull off for a wide variety of body types, which is something I always consider when I'm looking at a collection. And that's why when I say that pieces are sellable, they're going to sell like I consider that. Like, how many people are going to be able to fit this design? How many people are going to love this design? How many people are going to actually want to buy this design? I did not see anything here in this particular collection that people are going to run out to buy. And that's the way the fashion game runs. One day you're in, the next day you're out. There are times when designers or brands feel that they've had such a successful year that they just want to create the art that they want to create, whether it sells or doesn't sell. That's another thing that you are paying for in the price point of collections is, you know, this may have just been her fantasy collection dream of making something that wasn't necessarily sellable, but it was her vision, her idea of this is what I want to create. And be damned whether they sell or not. Unfortunately, a lot of brands do that. But yeah. I really should do all. I mean, like, who's wearing these ill-fitted tops? Like, no one's wearing that. No one is wearing that. There's one who's significantly smaller than the other. Like, no one's wearing that. Who created that for art? She didn't create that himself. Anyway, I should do an entire video on like all the things that you don't think about that go into the prices of these designs when you know Prada is selling a $900 top. There's a reason for that. Did you see the show that it was shown in? Did you see the venue that they paid for? Did you see the models that they had? All the hair and makeup, all the stylists, all the people they had to pay to get there? You think Anna Wintour shows up to these extras for free? Hell to the no. That's why a lot of designers aren't showing a lot of celebrities at their shows anymore. That costs them money for these people to appear at their fashion show. You know, when these influencers and celebrities show up to these fashion shows, they are paid to do that. Some of them, not all of them, but you know, for an appearance, yeah. For them to be photographed, yeah. It's good for their brand, it's good for them, but at the same time, it's good for the house to pay them to come, to create a buzz around their fashion show of who's going to wear their collection and all that stuff. Like, these are the reasons that these brands charge what they charge, and why you can find the same thing for a lower price point, because the imitators don't buy copies, by the way. Don't buy counterfeit. But people that take the inspiration of those ideas and move forward with creating some designs that are similar. I mean, come on. Oh, she's on sheet. Oh my goodness, I forgot to say R.I.P. Diane Keaton passed away today, and I literally had just watched. What was the movie I just? Oh, I just watched Personal Life of Her Death. Like, if you go into the history of my YouTube channel, I literally just watched it the other day. I was gonna watch Annie Hall, as a matter of fact, and didn't. I'm just on something else, but so bizarre. Collection, who knows who's creating for this house? As railhead towns feel the steel mills rust. Is my hair clear as winter ice? This is your make sure my hair wasn't looking. Okay, we're gonna get an all black collection. No, here we go. Little pale yellow. I think we started off with black and white. Three bottom. Pick a red bottom lineup.
Straight to hell, boy. Go straight to hell, boy.
There was a few seasons ago, I'm sure you remember when all the fuzzy shoes and everything was like dragging the floor. It was making me crazy that every collection was making those. So these are sort of like those, but they kind of pair them up so that they're not dragging on the same string, because nobody wants to wear them after they've been drug all over Paris. So people leave their dogs poop on the ground. I'm digging this. I think it's very sexy, but fresh. I really love this. The shoes are everything. I love, like, it is, it's so modern people, like, it's very ladylike, very classy, very fit, but edgy at the same time, like, I'm boring this. And then my parents are playing. I said big, bold jewelry. Like that big, gaudy, like 80s style jewelry. That influence of me. That's going to be everywhere. And I know you can find pieces like that over eBay. Like, all over those sites like eBay, real, you're gonna be able to find like big gold jewelry like that at a much lower price point. Some good leather. I mean, this is really a successful collection. Doing a lot of these. The other princes come just to the bottom, but not quite to the ground. Almost to the ground, not quite. Really, I love this too. So friends again, I said friends, so that's their interpretation of giving us a lot of the friends on the feet. I'm obsessed with a lot of the nightgown styles, a lot of the, well, not crochet, but that vibe. And who knows, we're still very early in, but we may still get a lot of men. I'm wondering if those tulle pieces, if they're soft, or if they would be really inky. I'm sure they're made of the highest quality tulle. That doesn't mean we'll say, oh, we did them, oh, there's a denim alert. I was saying the other night, we've seen so few some pieces for this season, and my theory is that we did the denim on denim for so many seasons, the whole cowboy thing, a lot of denim on denim, that brands this season are like, okay, let's pair it back. Let's pair back Duncan. Which I love. I love that. So if you want to do that denim thing for all fall winter, it's still vibing. It's still out there. But for spring, summer, they're pulling it back. Okay, listen, we just thought Naomi Campbell. Well, anyway, just the vibe, just feel her aura when she hits the catwalk. her walk is so signature. It's so fierce. Her whole look is so her. And I love that they're using older models. Not just Naomi Campbell. Maria Carla is also like a model from my day. Oh, I love this little bowl on her head. It's so sexy. The shoes, I mean, they're crushing this. Even the denim, and I love that big wide hand denim. I've always loved that look, especially because I'm short. Denim can do that, you know. But I especially love it in such a wide leg, such a a prominent silhouette. That's the word I'm looking for. She's holding this line. I don't know if that's her walk or if she's holding that for a reason. Who knows? That comparison will be wrong. Look at this piece of gorgeousness. Again, the friends, you guys. If you don't have some friends in your collection, pull it out. Okay, see now these are hitting the ground. You ain't wearing that. You ain't wear that nowhere. It'd be ruined in 5 seconds. Unless you're going from the limo to the restaurant, from the restaurant to the limo, from the limo to the club, you know what I'm saying? And this girl's abs are insane. You know, she worked at that house. She's working with abs every day. She probably has like some insane ab routine. Because those abs are goals. I remember I was on my track at the beginning there. We were talking about yoga at the beginning of this. I got to a point where it was like I had my own little 4-pack going. And I can do that again. It's just that this year's been tough. I haven't been in a situation where I've stepped up to really do the things that I wanted to do. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have the I can actually film it.
How's about a British jig and reel? Speaking King's English in quotation.
I think this is extremely successful. We saw a lot of the trends, the trends, the ruffles, kids with great color palette. I thought we were going to get all black and have a little bit of color in there, which is nice. We got this here, but again, like I said, that's not really a trend. We have seen a lot of iterations of red. That's been a big strong color we've seen carry throughout. And it's very interesting that they pulled this like sort of Asian inspired rose. It was really the only one of that fabric, really the only one of that color, but I'm not mad at it. Your collection, you're like, I just don't know that it will definitely stood out. And that wasn't a good thing. Fantastic. I thought it was very successful. I had no negatives there. Let's see, how we doing on time? Oh, this is the collection I've been waiting for. How we doing on time? Oh, we're just 1 hour in. We're doing good. We're doing good. So this, yes, the Forenza Shula Boys, their first collection for Loewe. Jonathan Anderson, as we saw the other night, has moved on. What house was that? What house was it? Here? No. No, thing was in New York we saw a lot of flags, but Europe is giving us a lot of heels, which I love. Being a short stature girly, I love a good heel. Now, for those that don't know, for the cooler, if anyway, we're not going to go into the long story if you don't. Anyway, they were long time New York staple. They were the it boys of New York, doing a lot of this vibe, downtown New York girls. All the it girlies were like, I actually have a pretty because they were the it boys. They like designed for the girls that like to be seen the downtown New York girls. So I was shocked after what was it, like 20 something, 25, 30 years that they up and decided to let someone else create for their house. I don't even know. They may have just given up their house entirely, not wanting anybody else to do it because they did not show a collection in New York this year. And I haven't read enough about it to know if they just gave up their house entirely. It looks like legal people did the same thing. Went over to small shoot, as a matter of fact. And yeah, so this is their first collection for no, this is for Loewe, sorry. Loewe. And it makes sense for them to create for this house because this house is the Parisian version of their label. Basically, like taking their label, getting more backing because Loewe, I believe, is owned by Gucci Group. I don't think they're under LVMH. I think they're under Gucci Group. So it was just a way because I think that their brand was kind of teetering on the verge of oopsies. I don't know that they ever came back from the pandemic, and so I think it was kind of their way to still keep their hand in the game. And I guess when was it Anderson? Yeah, when he left Loewe to go and create for whatever house that was, we just covered on Thursday. I can't keep them all straight, you guys. When he moved over to that house, they were looking for a replacement here at Loewe, and I guess they put themselves up for it and got it. So that's pretty impressive. And so again, I haven't been looking at any of the designs, but this I wanted to explain to you guys. If this doesn't look like Jonathan Anderson's Loewe, it isn't. And if this is the Portland Schooler jacket and girlfriend, was it? Sorry, I'm finding it together here. No, what I will say is that Loewe needed a boost because they kind of fell off for a while. Like all the influencers, all the it girls were talking about Loewe. It was like kind of like the Attico jeans were crazy for like a couple seasons. Everyone was talking about the puzzle bags, the Loewe puzzle bag. Everyone was crazy for their denim, crazy for Loewe. That's all you heard for like so many seasons, and then nothing. So they needed a boost for the brand, and so to be honest, it has never personally been my vibe A friend of Mueller was doing their stuff in New York. It felt very New York. Like it felt very bad. This feels like them trying to do design for the Parisian customer. And it's not my vibe. But I think that, it's tough when you're just now starting into a new house, when you're the brand new director for such an established house. That's tough. That's tough because the customer is expecting something, the big bosses are expecting something, but you also want to bring your own voice to it. So it's like you have to make so many people happy, and usually it's not you. That's the tough part of being a new creative director at an established house, is people are going to have their opinions of what you do, what you brought to the house. If you improve it, make it better, you know. And so your first season, you may, test the waters a little bit, kind of bring it to your voice, see what the customer is thinking of it, see if it's something that the girlies are going to be vibing about, talking about, are you going to sell a lot of pieces, like I still think that Sean is still working that out. Like, I still think he's still trying to bring his voice to the house. And in my opinion, it hasn't been as successful. The same thing with like I didn't think that was a very successful collection, and that since Jeremy Scott left, that they've sort of struggled to catch the same magic that they had. And yeah, so when it's your first season, like I don't know. Anyway, they did a good job. Look, everyone's giving them a good stand. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's their first collection. They have to get their feet in the door a little bit. I think they did a good job. I think that they created pieces we have never seen before. It was all very fresh, very new. And we'll just what's going to be sellable. It wasn't my vibe, but Loewe has never been my vibe, to be honest. So listen, we're going Loewe to Hermes here. Listen, I never have anything negative to say about Hermes. I've been covering the collection since I've been covering fashion, and it has never not excited me. So me critiquing an Hermes collection is like, I'm gonna always have something with the house that, like a lot of the Italian leatherware houses, so too Hermes started as an equestrian house, specializing in leather. So they did a lot. They took a lot of what the Italians were doing and brought it to Paris and put their own spin on it. So they are known for their boots, anything leather, their leather accessories, mostly like handbags, boots, gloves, coats. That was what Hermes began. That's how the house began. And of course, it has grown to what it is today. I mean, people ask about the Hermes bag war and what it means to get Hermes. I've been to the Hermes store in Paris, and let me just say that don't intimidated to go into a store like that. The people there are lovely. They don't care if you're rolling up in there with, head to toe Hermes or if you're rolling in there in Levi's. You know what I'm saying? They never judge their customer because, most of the people walking around with head to toe Hermes. You know what I mean? They usually very understated and very simplistic attire. So, I had nothing but a lovely experience. But what I will say is this. It just so happens that there was like a tour bus full of Asian people that were visiting Paris that were all in the store at the same time. So it did take a little bit of time for me to get of a sales associate. And that's only because I was kind of like go back and really eyeing things. I was mostly looking at the scarves. That's really what I went there for. And I did buy a beautiful scarf. The sales associate was so incredibly helpful in picking out the scarf and showing me different ways to tie the scarf. I mean, it was such a lovely experience. And I highly recommend it if you are ever curious to go and experience an Hermes store. I recommend it. And I was in the Honoré in Paris, so that's where people have a lot of money. So, I think that people think that rich people are nasty or like a Hermes sales associate is going to be nasty too. I've never had anything but amazing experiences at luxury stores. Everything from Tiffany's to Hermes, people are just lovely. The sales associates there are lovely. So don't ever be intimidated to go into a store like that and maybe you want to design a piece. I haven't been talking at all about the collection. As I said, they can do no wrong. So everything is right there. But if you, like, say you're interested in these shorts, for example, you too want to create a high-waisted leather short like that has an under, like a lining underneath it or whatever. Go into the store, take a look at it, kind of get a feel for the way they made it. If you are into sewing, if that's your vibe, and you want to do something like that, just go into these luxury stores and handle the garment, handle the fabric, see what it feels like, and then go to your fabric store and find it at a lower price point, or maybe even the same fabric and make it cheaper. Like, I'm not mad at the collection. There's a lot of stuff that's feeling very fresh, very first time I've seen it vibes. I'm loving the mix of the leathers. They're giving us great pieces. And as you guys know, I'm feeling in a space that's always very warm, and once I turn my lights on, I just get very warm. So, is that just a cocktail? But it feels like it. I think that there's, some great pieces here, a lot of really sellable pieces. Obviously, the boots. But you've seen designs like this, similar to this before. You can create this. Yeah, I love the way they're doing this garnish with the scarf. I love that. And I'm sure, like, if you were into the Harness 5 a few years ago, you may be able to create something very similar to that. Find an amazing silk scarf you already have in your collection and create that with a scarf and a harness. Alright, with a great skirt, some boots, or some shorts and boots, and we're seeing it all here. but naturally they're gonna do a lot of that harness style because equestrian. Have you ever seen the airman logo? It's all equestrian. So that is where they started. Saddles, all the leathers. That's true. That's true. What I talked about them in the 20s, I forgot to talk about them before that, where they were doing saddles. They were doing all the bridles and all the pieces for the horse riding. I've only been a couple times in my life, but I think you get what I'm saying. It just makes sense that a lot of these pieces are present here, that they're giving you a lot of that equestrian style, which they don't always do. They don't always give that nod, but I love that they're doing it here. Where you feel that equestrian in the design without it being in your face. You could have put it on. Oh, and Hermes, they're not always going to give you what's on print. I haven't seen a ruffle on string. I also haven't been
is rolling like a bullet.
And I think that, a lot of people just think of Hermes as their bag, and that's part of what they do, but it's not really their bread and butter. I mean,
whispering
that is their
as
bread
I
and
was
butter.
driving quietly.
The bag is part of their bread and butter, but that's not all. Their scarves are everything. They've been making print coats since the car days of the 1920s. So that's another big thing about Hermes, and a lot of these you are pulling for that legacy. We'll talk about like Thank You for Marcel or Harry Winston or I can't think of the other one off the top of my head, but when you start talking about those houses that have been around for over 100 years, 150 years, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that history. And in turn, the quality of what you are getting is of the highest quality. This isn't just any old leather that you find at any old fabric store. This is probably like leather that is made specifically for Hermes. This isn't just anybody's leather. Anybody's leather. And it's the same, for places like a lot of those hotels. Those are leathers, or those cows in a field that are just for, their design, that are manufactured just for that house. And that's what you're paying for at Hermes. The highest quality of materials, of quality practices, and the 100+ year history of the house. They have so many sellable pieces in the collection. Are just everything. They did some great pieces, and they've always done really good harnesses. They've always done really good, like leather bits. Like these are the style of the success. They did a great job. And everything is fresh. I can't. I can't.
Dover, White, Portland, Leicester, Surrey, Shannon, Rockland, Berwick, Hebrides, Bailey, Carr, Barrows, South East Iceland.
And I mean, Hermes is not a brand that goes out on a limb too far. You know what I mean? Like they know their customers. They stay in
Jones
there.
Houses, Doubling. Low, just
I want your friends and something and all the things that were your friends that we talk about
Low,
throughout this
Sunrise.
entire message. So we definitely do solar panels and things like that there, but not much else. Not much else. They don't care. They don't need to do the trendy thing. They don't need to look for what is trendy. Hermes stays in their lane. They know their customer. They stay in their lane. And they do an amazing job. And they've been in business for as long as they've been as successful as they have been, and why people are still this day clamoring to buy Hermes. And let me just say, talk about overconnected. I'm still on the fence over the video about Michaela and her haul. I feel like a lot of people and I'm at the that I meant to video today, but I knew I was going to go live double post. So my video that I was going to do today will go live next Saturday. And it will be a little bit late, but excellent. I don't know that I recognize the face. I can't tell. I can see. Fantastic job. Excellent. She looks new. I don't know that I've seen her face before. She might be straight again. Like, the creative director was like crazy. So that was a very, very successful collection. See the horses looking, that's the equestrian, that's their mess. Anyway, and also, if you didn't know, like their iconography, like the horse logos. As a matter of fact, my the scarf that I got from Hermes, I wanted to make sure that it had the horse on the scarf, and it actually has two giant horse heads on the scarf. It's so beautiful. I don't feel like pulling it out now if you haven't seen it, but anyway, yeah, Hermes is not for people to be nervous to go. Just go check it out. It's such a unique place to be, and just things are so lovely. Like, I think as they were wrapping my scarf or something like that, like I ended up with like a whole entire pencil set and some other things. Like for my son, got like some chocolate. I mean, like the people were just so incredibly lovely. And that was just how I felt everywhere in Paris. I mean, every store we went into, like everyone was so welcoming. My French is very bad, and I speak very little of it, but I did try, and I think that's all people care about is, will you try to speak our language? And I mean, I'm an African American woman, traveling with a small boy. You know, it wasn't very usual for them to see. You know. Anyway, all right. So where are we at the Ely Sound collection? Okay. even know if Eli Saab is still designing for his own home. And Eli Saab would always show in New York, always showing in Paris. Same thing with Tom Proud. Always New York, now he's showing in Paris. What's that for them? But I'm almost on the fence on whether I even want to cover New York anymore. Like, I feel like there's only a handful of designers that are still really showing in New York. I think all the pieces. Yeah, Saab always does a lot of very ladies who lunch designs, and a lot of red carpet designs, and became very famous. Halle Berry won her Oscar wearing Saab, and that's what put Saab on. Saab has been designing for decades before that time, but that's what pushed him sort of to the stratosphere of this next designer for years. That's all you would see on the red carpet for a few seasons of Hollywood and dress in it. I mean, Halle won the Oscar in one of his designs. But he really does design for the customer. That's really his client. And yeah, the ladies who go to galas, that go to balls, that go to, you know, high tea and that kind of thing. But again, for an older customer, ladies my age and older. That's just who his customer is. It always has been. And that's who he caters to, if that can. He's so good. Yeah. Still working it. Dollar from back in my day. And I love that. I love that so many of the supermodels from my day, the late 80s, early 90s, are still working. I mean, Dana is still working. Does she need to work? No. She's married to a billionaire. She doesn't need to work. And none of these models from back in my day really need to work. They stick with the money as they should. What I will say is I am not a fan of this collection. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to flat out say it. I'm not jumping for joy for this. I don't know. Am I crazy? Maybe it's your vibe. Maybe it's your thing. Barely any dirt on this. So that basically like did my skincare, and I've been working on my computer all day. So like Puerto Rico. I don't love this. I don't love this selection at all. I don't like it. I'm not into it. It's not my vibe. It also feels very dated. It just does. It feels very dated. Like maybe we get some new blood in the house. This was not successful at all. I'm sorry. They need some fresh blood. It's like, the big booties, shoulder pad, oversized thick is definitely the trend for next season. If I haven't mentioned that already, that is definitely a trend. But this all feels like we went back to the 80s and dug it out and are putting it on the runway right now. Like, it doesn't feel fresh to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe this is going to be like the hottest collection of the season, but I don't see it. It feels very flat and done. I don't love it. All right, so giving us some friends a text. Drop a comment. Let me know. Do you love this? Is it your vibe? I think the house name, if they don't get in a fresh voice, I don't know how much longer they're gonna keep their back. Cause this is not it. I don't know, you guys.
Never let nobody take you down. Don't you let
This was very unfortunate. This is a very unfortunate collection.
Never let nobody
And I think it's kind of been heading that way for the past few seasons.
Don't you let nobody take you down.
But I always joke that I cover more collections than Anna Wintour because I know that Anna Wintour does not go to every single fashion show that I cover. It's not. I don't think it's physically possible for her to do. And I think a lot of times she gets to see the shows. She gets to see before they go. So even if she misses the actual show, she still gets to see it. Before the selection show, to see the design of the shows that so they're giving us the nightgown styles, fringe, and just, I don't know. Doesn't feel crap. Does not feel crap. it, like I missed the days when really got this big like video presentation. I miss those days. Because there would be this many people. There would be a lot of people. But to see them one down the runway, that's rough. It feels very long, and when the pieces aren't that exciting, it makes it tough to sustain the whole show. I think there are some sellable pieces here. I think there's definitely some ladies that are gonna love it. There's a lot of things like stand up. And look at this all in the front. It's been bumpy. Like it didn't feel fresh. Like I was just trying to say it felt cool, but it really wasn't. And yeah, I think that if he went back to just doing the video presentations, the collections would be more successful because you could at that time you would see like 4 to 6 pieces in like a 10-second clip. And they just felt a lot more exciting that way. Now these French pieces I'm not mad at. Like I will say, like the French moment I'm okay with. But you've seen this before, like a turtleneck style open back moment in polka dot. Not a lot of this is really rich. I think I said that. I didn't get to this could be your jam. You could be like, this is the best collection ever. But what I will say is, if you don't already have pieces like this in your collection and this is in your vibe, you can find these designs at a much lower price. A lot of these designs are ideas that you've seen before, and you will find at a lower price. If this is what you're interested in, I just don't know how much of it you're really going to be interested in. That's up to you, and your wardrobe and what your style is. Even know if he's still okay. So no, it is a different creative director. So it's not Elisa creating it. Okay. And maybe this is his first maybe this is his first collection for the house. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on. Anyway, I'm thinking of the Yoji Yamamoto show. All right, let me see how we're doing on time. This might be the one where we're gonna wrap it up. I hate to go this long, especially Yoji Yamamoto, because I'm sure that this is not going to be a short show. They never are. But I'm glad to put Yoji Yamamoto back on my roster of designs. Okay, you know what, guys? This is going to take us way too far over. So let's just go ahead and stop here, and we will go back to it on tomorrow night. Oh, I have a feeling we're going to end up doing a part 4 because we still have so many collections to cover. Let me just take a look at the lists. We have, yeah, so many more shows left to cover. I may just do it all in one night, or I may just cut some shows out. But we still have the Chloe show, the Valentino show, the Lacoste show, Jean Paul Gaultier, Zuhair Murad, the Chanel show, Ungaro, the Miu Miu show, the Pierre Cardin show, the McQueen show, the Balmain show, the Tom Brown show, the Anna Muller-Meester show, and the Lanvin show. That's a lot of shows. But we're going to try to get in as many as we can for tomorrow night. So strap in. Tomorrow night might be the longest night. Again, I've been trying to keep these under 2 hours, but not always that successful. I think one of the night we got like just under 2 hours, but if we did this Yoji Yamamoto show, we're definitely going to go like 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and I'd rather do that on the very last night if we're going to do a long show, to do it that night as opposed to Saturday night. You guys may have plans. It's still early. You can get out there and do stuff for tonight. But for our Sunday night reset, we'll definitely do a bit of a longer night. So again, always bring your snacks, bring your self-care, bring your cocktails, anything that you think is going to get you through, especially because it is going to be a long night. I have a feeling we're going to go at least 2.5 hours easily tomorrow night. So definitely come back tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also want to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when my video goes up next Saturday. And I've also been working in a new editing software. So it has also been a little bit of a learning curve to get my videos cranked out. But I also didn't want to do like 2 videos in one and then do an advertisement as well on my channel. So that would have been too many posts in one day. So I just decided to wait until next Saturday to give you guys that post, and it's a good one. And I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will do my best to get the list of collections that we covered tonight up. And I thought we covered some good ones. We had some hits, we had some misses tonight. We definitely had some good collections, and yeah, it was just an overall good night of fashion. So I think that's it. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. I think I covered it all. If not, I will jot it down and tell you about it tomorrow. But tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will see you guys then, and I look forward to it. And until next time, stay fashionable. Bye.